So many of you have asked me to give Digimon partners to Power Rangers teams, but it's just been so long since I've even watched a Power Rangers season. I just don't think I could do it justice by myself.
Hey, maybe I could...
Sorry mate, I'm filming a video, give me a minute. I wasn't going to make this video unless a Power Ranger actor agreed to be on the video, so... What? Hi.
Hi.
You're Yoshi Sudarso. You played Koda in Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Yes, and not a lot of people know this about me, but I'm a huge Digimon fan.
That is great news. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, are you thinking that no one would ever see this coming? Or are you thinking that we should give my season, Power Rangers Dino Charge, some Digimon partners?
Both. It's about to get wild. What is up everybody, welcome back to another video, and yes, we are going to be giving the Power Rangers Dino Charge their own Digimon partners today. And I am honoured to be joined by the actual Blue Dino Charge Ranger, Yoshi Sudarso.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Yoshi Sudarso. I played Koda, the Blue Power Ranger on Power Rangers Dino Charge. I was also Joshi from Time Force Silver and Green Hyperforce. And I also just started my own YouTube channel. You should check it out.
Yeah, so when we're done giving the Core 6 Dino Charge Rangers their Digimon partners, head on over to Yoshi's channel and watch us give Digimon partners and evolution lines to the other Rangers from this season. So first up is our Dino Charge Red Ranger and T-Rex Zord companion, Tyler Navarro. Something that we want to put out on Front Street is that Yoshi and I would like to do more Power Rangers Digimon videos in future, if you enjoy them of course and want to see more. And so of course it would be super obvious to give Tyler Tyrannomon because he has the Tyrannosaurus Zord. The problem therein lies that there are at least 3 other T-Rex Rangers, and also there isn't a dinosaur that correlates to every dinosaur in Dino Charge, so we would be in a situation where we would be giving relevant dinosaurs to some Rangers but not others. So in this instance we're going to save Tyrannomon and most of the other relevant dinosaur Digimon for other seasons. But obviously you can consider Tyrannomon an honourable mention for Tyler. But instead we have given Tyler the full Guilmon evolution line of Guilmon to Growlmon, to War Growlmon, and finally Gallantmon. Guilmon and Growlmon just work to go alongside Tyler, his Zord Rexy, and especially the T-Rex Morpher Rexy can become. War Growlmon's metallic and robotic elements then specifically evoke the Zords. War Growlmon really does almost feel like a Red Ranger Zord in a lot of ways. And then we finish on Gallantmon, who is a knight, a royal knight in fact, which is a fun reference to Ivan calling Tyler Sir Tyler, and Tyler's overall role as the leader of the team. But also we think Gallantmon's colour scheme matches up really nicely with Tyler's T-Rex Supercharge mode.
Alright, my turn baby. Let's talk Koda. Koda was the character that I played on Power Rangers Dino Charge. Koda was a caveman who bonded with the Blue Energem and then was kind of frozen for 100,000 years. Not unlike Captain America. Wink wink. Shield and everything. You know, a little bit. Okay, alright. Anyway, then he became the Blue Power Ranger. Now, Koda's Zord is, of course, the Stegosaurus Zord, so we can definitely see how it would make sense to give him Stegomon as his partner Digimon, but generally we felt for this video, it made more sense not to just give each Ranger a matching dinosaur for their Zord, as often that Digimon didn't necessarily fit with the character or their personality. So, you can consider Stegomon as an honorable mention for this specific thing. Or even maybe a friendship armor evolution of the rookie that we have decided to give him, which is Snow Goblinmon. And this just makes a ton of sense because it's a little ice guy and that's kind of, you know, Koda's whole thing, and he's got a club, and I mean, you guys can see why I made that decision, right? This is something that I had thought about before. This isn't the first time that I thought about his connection to Digimon. It would then go perfectly into its champion form. The champion form being Hyugamon, getting stronger, more blue, and a better resistance to cold, right? Because Koda, even in the coldest conditions, would wear, you know, a sleeveless shirt, tiny little shorts, and no shoes. And sometimes he'd wear shoes for like a few episodes. He didn't like it though. And then his ultimate form would be Panjamon, who then completely loses shoes and has pants, but it's okay. And then the long hair, it just made so much more sense to go with this line. And then finally, we would go with the mega evolution of Vikemon. Clubs, ice, long hair, braids, etc. It just made a ton of sense. Now, it's not necessarily what I would go with, but it's what would work with Koda, I think. And that tops off Koda's evolution line perfectly, in my opinion.
Then is the Dino Charge Green Ranger and swordsman Ryley. Ryley played an interesting role in this season, wanting to study at the museum and acting as a sort of assistant to Kendall. Due to this dynamic, we think it makes a ton of sense to give him Terriermon assistant. It's a really nice Terriermon variant, giving us that matching green colour of Ryley's ranger suit, and of course its role as a research assistant alongside Professor Agumon fits Ryley well. As Ryley is a swordsman, we didn't want his Terriermon variant to become a Gargomon, as Gargomon obviously has two big guns on its hands, so instead we gave him Yaxamon. It still has green chains across its body and a sort of helmet with Oni horns, which you could interpret as being what Terriermon's assistants turned into, and of course kind of matching a Power Ranger helmet, and Yaxamon wields two training swords. Yaxamon would then become Rapidmon. While it does have guns on its back, the guns are less of a focus in this instance, and I think it's just too obvious of a pick for this line for a Green Ranger. But then it would become one of my favourite alternate mega picks for Rapidmon, Fujinmon. This green armoured wind god Digimon works so well from Rapidmon, and does have two big critical arms, which act like giant cutters or swords. Plus Fujinmon, Raijinmon and Suijinmon all form together to make Raidenmon, which is very much like a Megazord. Fujinmon has speed and slicing? That's a super mega win.
Wrong season, bro.
Shit, my bad.
Well, from the swords we move on to our Dino Charge Black Ranger, Chase, who prefers to dual wield the guns. Blasters, we don't say guns. AKA the Dino Charge Morphers. That works too. Chase is somewhat of a prankster and is a bit cheeky, so we decided to give him Drachmon. Drachmon is a Digimon who loves to play pranks and kind of gets in trouble from time to time. But then to reference the friendship that Ryley and Chase have, working together and giving each other their weapons to let them dual wield, we're gonna have Chase's Drachmon digivolve into Black Gargomon, the blasters, etc. And then finally finding its way to Black Rapidmon and finally Black Mega Gargomon. Just makes a lot of sense to me. These are some of the most prominent blaster wielding Digimon out there, and we feel like it works alongside Ryley's partner Digivolutions as well. We did, however, consider the D Brigade, like Commandramon or Darkdramon for Chase. Some of them do work well. We're just kind of maybe saving that for a future collab with other Rangers.
Shelby, the pink Dino Ranger, was one of the toughest for us to make a call on. Triceratops is now probably the most represented dinosaur in Digimon, with Triceramon, Triceramon X, Gamamon, and all its champion forms amongst others. But we've kind of had a pretty good colour thing going here, with every Ranger having at least one Digimon in their partner line matching their Ranger colour. It just made sense to us that Shelby should have a pink Digimon, so we settled on Biomon because it's pink and its headpiece doesn't look dissimilar to the 3 points of a Triceratops. Plus Shelby is a budding archaeologist, so it sort of makes sense that her partner would be a bird, as birds descended from dinosaurs. But another great pick here would also be Pomumon. Shelby's Biomon will then become Monochromon and then Vermilimon, both being based on Monoclonius, a type of single-horned dinosaur that's similar to the Triceratops. And of course Vermilimon is Vermilion, which is sort of a pink colour. And then finally her Mega will be Allforce Vidramon. This pick was actually solely on Yoshi because I never would have thought about it. I never would have considered Allforce for this line, but it has those two head horns with a protruding spiked front piece, making that Tricera horn formation. And while I of course see that Allforce Vidramon is blue, I do forget that it also has hugely prominent pink wings. But I know a lot of you are going to complain about how blue Allforce Vidramon is, so a really great alternate pick, I think, would be the pink Royal Knight, Lord Nightmon. But I just loved how unique of a pick Allforce Vidramon was from Yoshi, because I personally wouldn't have even thought to pick out the pink colouring on Allforce, and that's why I love making these videos with other people, because you get to bounce these ideas outside of your own headspace. So shout out to Yoshi for that one.
Hey, thanks. Speaking of Royal Knights, why don't we top this off with the Gold Dino Charge Ranger? Sir Ivan of Xandar. Well, we had to give him Zubamon for his rookie because it works so well, aside from the giant 20 embossed on his blade. In fact, Karn actually made me aware of this Digimon. I had no idea about it, and when I saw it, it just made complete sense. And, you know, it's because of the whole 20th anniversary for Digimon, and the finale of End of Extinction for Dino Charge was episode 20? I don't know, okay, let us have this one. It fits well. And maybe, you know, Ivan's Zubamon would have Xandar embossed on the blade versus the 20. So, you know, it could work. We like it, okay? We'll then swerve Zubamon's... Oops, my Digimon is battling. We'll then swerve Zubamon's line slightly by having it digivolve into Raptor Sparrowmon. It being a golden flying Digimon just works really well for Ivan. Now, we could give it Terramon, the clear Pterodactyl, Zord, and Pterodactyl Digimon, but we just feel like visually Raptor Sparrowmon works so much better than Terramon, and it allows us to save Terramon for potentially other Rangers in other teams. And then it would digivolve into Ryley Ludomon, another golden yellow Digimon that also has the ability to fly and also gains powerful lightning abilities such as its signature move, Lightning Buster, thus allowing us to fold in the thunder and lightning elements that are such a huge part of Ivan's arsenal. Ryley Ludomon would then digivolve to the mega level Durandamon. This then means that all but one of Ivan's line are a member of the Legend Arms Digimon group, and lets us end on a golden knightly Digimon for Sir Ivan, who just happens to be the strongest of the Legend Arms, making it a wonderful fit for Ivan. I hope you guys agree.
So that's it. Let us know your thoughts on our partner picks in the comments down below. And hey, while you're down there, leaving a like and a subscribe would definitely help the channel immensely, so I really would appreciate it.
And like we said at the start, be sure to head over to my channel to see us give the rest of the Dino Charge Rangers their Digimon partners.
Also, let us know down below if you want to see me and Yoshi give Digimon partners to other Power Rangers teams, and if so, which ones? Huge shout out to my Sovereign ZDK14, as well as everyone else who supports this channel with their hard-earned money. Thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you next time when we go digital.